All right, so today's story picks up where we left off last time in the garden, where the man and the woman are living in perfect relationship with each other and in perfect relationship with God. But in that garden, there was also a snake, and the snake was super crafty. And one day he came to the woman and he asked her, "Did God say that you can't eat any of the fruit from these trees?" And she said, "No, we can eat the fruit from any of these trees, except for that one. In fact, we can't even touch it or we'll die." And the snake said, "You will not die. God knows that if you eat the fruit from that tree, you are going to be just like him, and you'll know the difference between good and evil." Well, the woman looked at the fruit, and it did look good, and she did want to know everything that God knew. So she took it and she ate it. And then she gave it to the man and he ate it too. And then suddenly everything changed. Now they realized that they were naked and they were ashamed. So they quickly took fig leaves and tried to sew them together to cover up their nakedness. Well, that afternoon, when God came walking in the garden as he did, they didn't run to greet him. Instead, they hid. So he called out to the man, "Where are you?" And he said, "I'm here. I heard you coming and I was naked, so I was afraid." And God said, "Who told you that you were naked? Did you eat the fruit from the tree I told you not to eat?" And he said, "Well, it was the woman. She gave it to me, so I ate it." And God looked at her and he said, "What have you done?" And she said, it was the snake. He tricked me, and so I ate it." So God looked at the snake and he said, "From now on, you are cursed among all of the animals. You are going to roam on your belly and eat dirt. You are always going to be at war with the woman, your descendants with her descendants. You will strike his heel and he will strike your head." And then he turned to the woman and he said, "Things are going to be different for you now. You are still going to have children, but it is going to come with a lot of pain. And your relationship with your husband is always going to be complicated now. Your desire will be for him, but he will rule over you." And then God turned to the man and he said, "Because you took the fruit from the tree that I told you not to eat, from now on, the ground is not going to produce food easily for you. In fact, it's going to produce thorns and thistles, and you're going to work really, really, really hard to produce food. And one day, you're going to return to the dust and die." Well, God looked at the man and the woman in their shame, and he put together clothing for them made out of animal skins to cover their nakedness. And he said, "It's not good for the man and the woman to live like this, knowing the difference between good and evil forever." And so he placed them outside of the garden, and he put an angel to block the way to the tree of life. And that is the second story of Christmas, and it's how it all went wrong.